This time I have a Sony VPL-VW60. This is a 3 LCOS full high definition projector. And this one here, the client says he changed the bulb and now it doesn't work. And he's getting error message telling him that the lamp door is not closed when it is. Now this could be a real simple problem. There's a switch in here that quite often there's a metal lever that actuates the actual switch and it bends and stops contact. This time I have a Sony projector. This is an SXRD, so it's an LCOS projector. Hangs from the fellow's ceiling that brought it to me. The complaint on this one is that he says that the lamp, he just changed the lamp, but it's telling him there's a problem with the lamp. The lamp door isn't closed, is the message he's getting. So we're going to power this up and just see what it does. See if I can get a message on the wall here. So let's just see what happens. Will it even turn on? Check the filter. I think there's a filter in the front here, or not. Should be a filter in here somewhere. We're going to take a look at the door here, because I think probably the problem is the door switch might not be any good. That's what we suspect. He told me he just replaced the lamp on it and it won't work. I know there's a switch in here. I think it's activated by this little tab. There's a little switch, a little micro switch in here that gets pushed, and there's a good chance what's happened is either the cover is not on proper, which is always a possibility, especially if the lamp is an aftermarket lamp. Oh, this might be it right here. So this is to aid pulling the lamp out, right? This little bracket. This is the lamp here. It's not even in tight. But you pull the lamp down like that to take it out. Once you remove the screw, that is. Then the lamp should just pull straight down. Oh, I guess I got to remove the other screws as well. There's 3 of them. But you see, this handle should be locked under here. It might be that simple. The lamp just pops out like this. This is apparently a brand new lamp. Apparently. It doesn't look like a real Sony lamp, does it? Top CUHP. Made in China. This is an aftermarket lamp. Yeah, these aftermarket lamps really are good. And I'm being very sarcastic when I say that, because I've not known any aftermarket lamps to be anybody good, to tell you the truth. Especially when they got stickers that fall off and so forth. But I'll reseat the lamp. I'm going to adjust the position of that switch just to see whether that's where the fault is. And we're going to tuck this handle in properly, because this might be the reason why, as you'll see in a minute. If it's holding the cover down and the cover's not screwing in all the way, it may not be activating the switch. So we'll just tighten these screws up, actually snug them up, unlike they weren't before. They were loose. So this little bracket here that was just kind of flopping like this, it's supposed to be snapped down like that, right? Under here. That holds it out of the way. Otherwise it could be hitting up against this and holding the door from closing properly. But I'm also going to adjust the position of this little switch here. I'm just going to get my my little dental pick. We're going to try to put a little bit of a bend into that little switch. Try and get the camera in a better position so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the little switch I'm talking about right here. So this little switch gets activated by that on the door. So the door is not closed all the way. It won't activate the switch. But what can happen is this little metal switch, this little metal lever can, after time, just get deformed a bit. Like it did on my Volt, which is the fuel door. And then it would come up with an error telling me that the fuel door was not closed when it actually was. So what I ended up having to do was just put a little bit of a bend into it. So I'll hold it up a bit here and then press down and just give it a little bit of an upward bend. And I can't see what I'm doing because the camera is right in front of my face. We'll try to give that a bit of a bend so that at least when the button is pressed, it doesn't have to press in quite as far to activate the switch. You can see I gave the end of the little metal bar here a little bit of a hook so that it sticks up a little higher. Now when I put the door on, we should hear it click. I don't know if you hear it on camera or not, but we'll try. I got everything shut off in here so there's no noise in the background, just because my radio has stopped working again. I hear it click. You can hear it click there, listen. I think it's clicking in, so let's just put the screw back in, and I'll plug this projector in and see whether it turns on. It's going to turn on. Okay, that sounds like it's turning on. Cat's talking to me. Plug it into my TV box and see whether we get a picture. Okay, I think that answers the question. It's working. I turned out some lights in here, and it just got it shining across the garage onto the little screen on the other side. But it's working and it's not coming up with any errors. So that was the problem on this, was just the little switch was out of position. Possibly due to the lamp not being installed properly, or more likely it just bent over the years. It's a known issue, that little metal spring bends. I have to do that because otherwise the NHL will get upset with me. I can show that screen. That's commercial, so I guess I can show the commercial. But yeah, if you put on any NHL game, like 3 seconds, you will get nailed for copyright. I did that when I fixed my plasma set. I had a shot of a in-between play. They weren't even playing. The game wasn't even underway. It was just a bunch of players skating around the net. And because they were, there was a timeout or whatever, and I got popped for NHL copyright infraction. Anyway, this one's working. I'm going to give the guy a call and get him down here, and he can go home, take it home, and watch hockey tonight. This is how I had to prop the unit up to get the right angle. A couple of 3/4 inch tape boxes, actually 3 of them, just to get the right angle, because it's designed to hang from the ceiling, so the lens is facing the other way, and I don't want to make any adjustments to it because it's obviously set for his installation. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you got one of these units that the lamp doesn't appear to work, and you get the message telling you to check the lamp door to make sure it's closed, check that little spring on that switch, because say they do bend after a while. Same thing happened on my first generation Chevy Volt a couple years ago. After filling up the gas tank, closing the fuel tank, and I got a check engine light, and I couldn't figure out why. I had to check engine light. Well, what it was the little switch that tells the computer that the door is actually closed so that it'll latch it. Wasn't detecting the door was closed. So it wasn't putting the latch on to lock the fuel door shut. It was sending a code to the ECM and giving me a cell or a check engine light. Straighten the switch, reset the code, car's fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.